Hey girl, you are now tuned into the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, the space where we get real, we get raw, and give ourselves permission to rise anyway. I'm your host, Courtney Christten, and I'm here to walk with you through the moments that demand change, the seasons that force us to pivot, and the experiences that invite us to shift, not just our mindset, but our entire way of showing up in the world. This space is for anyone learning to release perfection, embrace the process, and find power in the pause. Because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always possible when you allow yourself grace. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's get into the episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. Today, we are diving into a real conversation about mindset, self-belief, and the way we see ourselves. Because the truth is, a lot of people are living beneath their full potential. We are living beneath our capabilities simply because we feel like we don't believe anymore. We don't believe that we're capable anymore. Today's episode, we're going to get to the bottom of why you have stopped believing. There's times and moments when we feel like, man, are these things really attainable? The things that we've written down, the things that we replay in our minds daily, we feel like they're not attainable anymore. Why? Because they haven't happened. Because number one, most likely we've forgotten. We've gotten so caught up in our daily routine that we have forgotten about the things that are most important to us. And that eliminates our belief. You're only as successful as you believe you are. And I really want us to think about that for a second. Not just financially, not just professionally, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and personally. All of these areas need to be addressed when we think about why we're in a place of disbelief. What's creating that disbelief? Success starts in your mind. It starts here. So saying affirmations, doing the things that are positive, feeding our minds, feeding our bodies, all of those things, feeding ourselves spiritually, all of those things play a role in our success. You know, sometimes we think success starts when the opportunity shows up, when the money comes, when people support us, or when we feel like life is finally getting easier. That burden that we're bearing, it gets a little lighter. We feel like, man, I'm successful. I'm making the money. My bills are paid. The things that I put on my vision board years ago, I've obtained. Like, I'm good. It's easy. It feels good. But honestly, success starts in your mind first, way before these things that you envision have come to pass. The way you think about yourself, it affects every area of your life. And it most definitely affects the risk that you take and the rooms you choose to walk into, who you surround yourself with. That's what makes you successful. The boundaries you set for yourself, the goals you pursue, even how you recover from failure. All of these things play a role in your success. Before you even achieve and obtain the things that you want to obtain, you have to already have your mind made up. It has to be already something instilled in your mind that I'm going to make this happen, that with God, I'm going to make this come to pass. So, short story, y'all. Over the past couple of weeks, maybe even longer, I have been in a rut. Like, I've been literally in a rut. I've been in a rut mentally, physically. I hadn't worked out. There's been times where I've said I was going to show up on this podcast and get behind this mic regardless, but I didn't. And I noticed that you as my audience Some of you guys were still downloading the episodes because I get life has a way of changing us. Sometimes it's quietly, sometimes all at once. There are moments when we feel overwhelmed, we feel exhausted, we feel uncertain, or like we're simply trying to hold it all together. And too often, we become our own biggest critic. But what if healing didn't begin with perfection? What if it began with grace? Allow yourself grace right here. Welcoming self compassion in the midst of life's chaos is a reminder that you're still worthy while healing, still growing while learning, and still enough, even in your hardest seasons. If you ever battled self doubt, emotional exhaustion, disappointment, or wondered if you're feeling good again, if you're ever going to feel good again, or if you're ever going to feel like yourself again, this book has been written from you. It's a book from my heart. My prayer is that every chapter encourages you to slow down, embrace self compassion, trust your journey, and remember, growth takes time because your story isn't over. So, wherever you are in life, keep growing, keep healing, keep becoming, and most importantly, allow yourself grace. Go over to my website, allowyourselfgrace.com, guys, and order your copy today. Begin your journey toward healing and learn one page at a time. I love y'all. Get notifications when you guys do, and I love y'all for that. I want to thank y'all because it really forced me to shift my mind from thinking I can only show up when I feel good. I can only show up when I have it all together. And that's not true. Success is showing up even when you feel like you failed, even when you feel like you don't have it all together. It's how you recover that matters, how you come back that matters. And so I had to make up in my mind first that I'm getting back behind this mic, whether I have it all together or not, whether things are going good or not, whether everything's going my way. However, whatever, I'm going to show up and do the thing that God has called me to do. I'm going to show up not only for God, but for the people who believe in me, for the people who trust in me to bring something that's going to help them push forward. And I just got so excited today when I got ready to record because I haven't done it in so long. And I'm doing it despite of what I go through, despite of where I'm at. Because guess what? I made up my mind that I'm going to do it. If deep down you don't believe that you're worthy of something, you'll literally talk yourself out of opportunities. You'll shrink yourself. I have been in rooms where I know I should have spoken up. I've been in rooms where I had the answer, but instead I stayed quiet. I shrunk. And I no longer want to shrink. I made my mind up that I'm not shrinking in this season. I'm going to stand out. I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm not going to overthink because when you do those things, you self-sabotage. You'll talk yourself out of the very thing that you said you wanted. Okay? So don't shrink. Don't procrastinate on the thing you said you wanted. Don't overthink and talk yourself out of it because you'll literally stay stuck in fear. There were moments in my own life where I questioned myself, moments where I doubted my vision. Allow yourself grace is my vision. And I had the nerve to doubt it. And not only is it my vision, it's the vision that God gave me. It's the thing that He put in my life that He put His hand on without me even knowing in the beginning. And He just gave it to me one day. And it's my job to bring it to fruition. It's my job to do the work to make sure that the things that align with allow yourself grace gets executed. But a lot of times, me being a perfectionist or me wanting everything to be perfect, I don't get it done because it's like it stays in my notes, it stays on my computer, and it doesn't come to fruition because I've already doubted that, oh, this is not going to work. Nobody's going to support this. Nobody's going to listen to this. And so the moments where I wonder if I was really capable of building the thing that God gave me, building the life I saw in my head, and honestly, it was all fear. Fear can make you play small if you let it. It will let you stay small. It don't have a problem doing that. Like, and I just believe that fear is associated with the devil because the devil plays small. The devil talks you out of doing the things that you want to do. But making up in your mind and refusing to take no about your own life is important. Refusing to be told no, refusing to stop, refusing to give up, those are the things that you have to keep in your mind. Every single day you wake up, you have to tell yourself, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be consistent because I want to see the thing that I put in my notes, that I have on my computer, that I think about every single day. I want to see that thing come to fruition. I don't know about you, but I want to make God proud. I want to make him proud in the moments where I feel like, maybe this wasn't so good, or maybe I should have done something different. In the moments where I doubt myself, that's what I want to make God the proudest, because I want him to know that I still showed up. I still put in the effort. I still put in the time. And it's usually the things that we doubt that are the most successful, the things that we're not sure about that are the most successful. And so I want you to stop talking yourself out of your life that you envision. A lot of us have mastered negative self-talk without even knowing it. We don't even realize that we've mastered it. Y'all, I grew up around people like that. It's like everything that they set out to do, they don't believe that they can do it. They already talk themselves out of it. They already say, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't have enough money. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't really know how. I don't have anybody to help me. And so when you speak those thoughts and you say those things and you repeat those things in your head, you're already talking yourself out of not doing it. You're already starting with the negative. We say things like, I'm not ready. What if I fail? Somebody else is already doing it. How many times do we hear that? Somebody else is already doing it. So what? You can do it too. There's this whole thing about everybody's a YouTuber, or everybody has a podcast, or everybody's writing a book, or whatever it is. There's already somebody else that has done it. But why not you? Why not you? God has given you the same vision, and that's okay. Your vision could be the same, but you better believe it's going to look different because your story's different. Your experiences are different. And I want you to go for it. And you owe it to yourself to go for it. We hear, I'm too late. I don't know enough. You don't have to be an expert to start. That's how you become an expert, by starting. And you're not too late. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, 60, whatever the case may be. It's never too late. As long as you're breathing, as long as God is waking you up every single day with active limbs, you're in your right mind, you have your health, you have your strength, you have the ability to go and make it happen. And trust me, when God sees you at work, when he sees you in action, he's going to have your back. He's going to come for you when you need help. He's going to come save you. We have this whole thing about, oh, nobody's coming to save me. God is coming to save me. Okay. That man, he saved me so many times. So don't let anybody make you feel like you don't have anybody, because he is the answer. He says that I am the way, the truth, and the light. And he's going to help you bring the thing to fruition. He'll place the right people where they need to be. He'll put you in the room where you need to be. He'll give you access to the things you need access to, but you got to get started. You have to start. But what if the biggest thing standing between you and your next level is the story you keep telling yourself? What if that's the only thing that's standing in the way? You cannot build a successful life while constantly convincing yourself that you're incapable. Okay? You can't do it. The constant comparing yourself to other people on social media, seeing everyone else win and feeling behind, feeling pressure to have everything figured out. Social media will have you believing that everybody else has it all together. And that is the biggest lie that was ever told. People are only showing you the version of them that they want you to see. They're showing you that glimpse of their life that they want you to see. They're controlling the narrative. And you're over here talking yourself out of the thing you know you need to do because you're like, oh, well, so-and-so has it all together. Well, so-and-so has a nice house. My kitchen doesn't look as good, but I want to do cooking videos or I want to put out cooking content. But, people are going to talk about me. Y'all, I promise you, nobody's looking at that. Everybody's listening and watching. I watch TikTok a lot, right? I see a lot of content creators. There's content creators who live in mobile homes. There's some who live in mansions. I still watch them both. It doesn't matter. Just start. You don't have to have it all together. While you're spending time questioning yourself every single day, somebody is already taking action. But you cannot compare yourself at the beginning of your journey to somebody who is in the middle of their journey. You can't because they started a long time ago. You need to get started. Stop watching them and get to work. One thing I've learned is this. Sometimes you have to believe in your future before your current situation reflects it. So even though it doesn't look like I got anything together in my mind, right? It doesn't look like I got it all figured out. It doesn't look like the way I want it to look aesthetically. Okay? I believe that it can. So before my situation starts to look like it, I already believe it. So nobody can tell me anything different. Nobody can tell me I can't have it because I already made up in my mind that I believe it. You have to believe in your vision while things are still developing, while things still feel uncertain, while you're not sure. You still have to believe. While you're healing, you have to believe. There's a group of people, and this may be you because I don't know who I'm talking to, but God is speaking to me right now. You use every single thing that you've been through in your life, every scar that you have, every bruise, every bump, every hurt that you have, every trial that you've overcome, that you triumphed, you use every single thing as an excuse to not build the life that you want, not build the life that God showed you. And that's not okay. You have to do it while you're still growing. You have to do it while you're going through. You have to do it while you don't have it all together. So, protect your confidence. Speak positively over yourself. Get around people who are going to encourage you, that are going to remind you that you need to get to work, that are going to talk to you crazy sometimes, that's going to say, hey, man, you need to stop BSing and get to it, right? Get over yourself. Put yourself on the back burner and change your environment. A lot of things can change when you change your environment, when you change who you talk to, when you change what you put into your mind, when you change what you put into your body. a lot of things can change. Your life will literally start to shift when you surround yourself with good energy, when you pour positive things into your mind. Um, keep going. I don't know who I'm talking to, but keep going. No matter what, keep going. Keep showing up. Keep being the person that you know God has called you to be. Your environment can either water your confidence or it can drain it. It's going to do one or the other. If you're in the same environment that you were in growing up, sometimes that's not a good environment. The environment's toxic. You know it's toxic. You've been there before, or maybe you've even been there your whole entire life and it's draining and your confidence is broken. This is your reminder to come up with a plan to change your environment. And I know that it can't happen overnight. Changing your environment sometimes can be something that is a work in progress. But I need you to get active on the plan. Start working the plan so that you can make sure that you get out of that environment, that you change your environment. Start speaking differently over yourself. Start showing up differently. Start moving like the person you're praying to become. There's a chapter in my book, and it's at the end of the book, and it's called Becoming. Because we're all still becoming. We're all still becoming the person that God wants us to be. We're not perfect, but God wants us to come to Him broken. He wants us to come to Him imperfect. We don't have it all together. That's His job, to make us whole, to make us new, to transform us into a new person. If you want to come unrecognizable, like you don't want people to recognize you in the next 60 to 90 days, I dare you to lock in. I dare you to lock in with God and make a deal with God and say, look, I'm going to give it my all for 90 days. I'm going to go all in for 90 days, but I need you to have my back. I need you to ride with me. He's going to do that anyway. But it's something about you asking God and making those bold statements to Him that it not only helps you, but it shows God that you're serious. It shows Him that you're going to surrender and that you're not going to play about the life that He's giving you. Y'all, I swear in the past couple of weeks, I've seen at least 3 or 4 young people literally lose their lives. I look at their story the day before or the day of, and the next hour or the next day, they've lost their lives. Nothing is promised. Tomorrow is not promised. The next moment is not promised. And so you've got to give it all you got. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to God to give it all you got. How to build yourself up, how to build your belief. You're like, okay, Courtney, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I'm weak. I'm depressed. I don't feel good. I don't want to. I'm not there yet. Step 1, keep your promise to yourself. If you can't keep promises to yourself, you can't keep promises to anybody else. Confidence grows when you trust yourself. So if you don't trust yourself, how can God trust you? How can anyone else trust you if you don't trust yourself? Stop waiting for perfection. I mess up all the time on this platform. I messed up some things that I want to take back right now, and I can't go back. So guess what? I got to move forward. We got to stop waiting for perfection, and you don't need to have everything figured out to start. Celebrate the small things. We have the tendency to take the small things for granted. The ability for me to get up and go in my kitchen and cook food for myself. I'm taking that for granted by saying, oh, I don't want to cook. I don't feel like cooking until I can't. I can't cook healthy things. I have the option to do that. Like, I want to celebrate small things, like being a homeowner. Small things. That might be a big thing to somebody, but just small things like having water to drink. Every small step matters. Hey, girl, are you in Houston and you're looking to start a podcast? Well, as you know, I own OM2H Creative Studios in Houston, Texas, along with my husband, and we're here to help. And I want you to contact me. So I have a link in the description. If you're interested in starting a podcast and you need help and you need a studio to record at, go ahead and click the link in the description and book your free consultation. And I will see you soon. Every step you take on this journey called life, it matters because you're literally the person with the pen that's writing your own story. I can't. We're going to replace that. We're going to replace that. We're going to replace that. I can't with I'm learning. I'm scared. We're going to replace that with I'm growing. I want you to remember this. If you don't remember anything else, remember this. You are not too late. You are not disqualified unless you disqualify yourself by talking yourself out of doing the thing you want to do. You are not incapable. You are in a current season that does not define your future. You have everything you need. You are in a current season that does not define your future. That means that it's right now. It's temporary. Whatever you're going through is temporary. It's only temporary. And most of the time, it's a test. The life you want begins with you believing you're worthy of having it. So stop doubting yourself. Stop shrinking yourself. Stop talking yourself out of the very life that you're praying for. Y'all, this was a heavy episode because I tell y'all all the time when I bring these episodes to you, sometimes I'm not only talking to you, I'm talking to myself. And I like to go wherever God leads me during the episode. And I hope that I've said something to impact somebody who's listening to this episode to shift your mind. Stop doubting, stop thinking that you can't make it happen because you can. You have everything you need inside of you. If this episode encouraged you, make sure you're subscribed to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast channel, whether you're listening to the audio or you're tuned in on video. Make sure you're subscribed so that you're notified every time I drop an episode. I want you to share this episode with a friend. Okay? Share with a friend. Let them know that we're over here getting right on the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. Courtney's over here fussing at us about not taking action. Let them know if they need accountability. This is the place to be. Send this to somebody who needs it. And make sure you're following us on all platforms. Make sure you're on Instagram. Okay? Following us. That's where I drop most of my reels. Go follow me over there. And remember to always give yourself grace. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not perfect. God is not expecting you to be perfect. Give yourself grace while you grow. Continue to grow. Continue to pour into you. And continue to pray, guys. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. And if you haven't already purchased the Allow Yourself Grace book, Welcoming Self-Compassion in the Midst of Life's Chaos, go over to allowyourselfgrace.com/book and purchase your copy today. Okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. And that concludes today's episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. I'm so happy to be back. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a review and let me know how you enjoyed today's episode. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Well, guys, that concludes our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. For additional information about today's episode, please click the link in the show notes below. To learn more about our Grace Girls community and other resources we have to offer, head over to www.allowyourselfgrace.com. Until next time, Grace Girls, I love you all. Be blessed and continue to strive for success.